Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is for the Minister of Finance. Minister, it has been over 6 months since we learned the true depths of the Liberals' waste and mismanagement. 15 billion deficit surprised us all. But our government got to work immediately to fix the mess we inherited. I'm so proud to support the fall economic statement in which we found 3.2 billion in efficiencies and wherein we were able to return $2.7 billion back to the hardworking Ontarians. In the months that have followed, we're working hard to make life more affordable, reduce red tape, and make sure the world knows Ontario is open for business and it is open for jobs. Mr. Speaker, the results speak for themselves. Could the minister please give us an update on the success of our plan in recent months? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Minister of Finance.
Well, thank you, Speaker, and thank you to the member from Mississauga-Malton. Last week, we were very pleased to share the progress that we have made in restoring Ontario's fiscal health. We can now report, Speaker, that the deficit stands at $13.5 billion. That is $1.5 billion lower than the $15 billion deficit we inherited from the Liberals. Speaker, it is clear our plan is working. Our government is making Ontario open for business. We're making sure that we're open for jobs by restoring confidence, reducing the mountain of regulations and red tape. Remember, the Liberals were spending $40 million a day more than they brought in, Speaker. We still have a lot of work to do, but we remain focused in putting Ontario back on a responsible path to balance in order to protect the key services that matter most.
Supplementary.
Thank you, Minister. Mr. Speaker, my constituents, like most Ontarians, are concerned how the Liberal mismanaged to make Ontario the most indebted sub-national government on the planet. Our opposition clearly thinks that instead of solving wasteful spending, the government should tax everything and make life more expensive. Mr. Speaker, the previous government only knew 2 words, tax and spend. On the contrast, our government has replaced those 2 words with fiscal responsibility. Can the minister further inform this House how the government is working to get Ontario fiscal house back in order responsibly? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Minister.
President of the Treasury Board.
President of the Treasury Board.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the question, and thank you for that. Tax and spend may be the motto of the opposition, but here's what we are for. We ended March Madness spending. We launched the Audit and Accountability Committee. We restricted travel and hospitality. We reviewed spending line by line. And we saved, most importantly, $3.2 billion while doing that, Mr. Speaker. And we did this while ensuring people don't slip. We did this so that people don't slip through the cracks, Mr. Speaker. The lift tax credit means that low-income Ontarians will pay 0 provincial income taxes. Mr. Speaker, the truth is this government has to make tough choices. Mr. Speaker,
come to order.
It is our moral imperative to make the choices needed so that our province is fiscally sustainable, not just for our children, but our children's children.